welcome to wwII Warriors. Be Bolt Action Battle Report number 2, second game we ever played, second battle report. We're playing basically the same scenario. I figured we'd just give it another shot. This time we're going to deploy our snipers like we're supposed to. This is our train coming in from the left and right of this board. I win the roll-off as the Germans, and I'm going to be coming in from the left. It's pretty much equal either way. But again, you know, my buddy's done a pretty good job putting together some terrain, and it looks nice. And I will. I am looking forward to some more games, and then we're going to start playing 750 points. But I'm also looking forward to some new scenarios. Once we're just trying to get the mechanics and making sure we're kind of playing right, and then add some scenarios. I think that'll really spice up the game. We were just doing the maximum attrition again, move in, try to kill as many units as possible. So the Americans this time for 500 points, taking a very similar list to what he had before. He's got 2 squads of infantry, a first lieutenant who's a veteran, a mortar that is a veteran, a medium machine gun is a veteran, and a sniper that's a veteran. And his infantry teams are just regular. And then I've got my list here, and got a very good shot, but I've got I went infantry heavy. I've got a crappy unit of Volkssturm infantry, 9 guys, and then I've got a regular here infantry with a light machine gun, and then I've got a veteran grenadier squad with 6 submachine guns plus the NCO as a submachine gun and a couple rifles and a medium machine gun. So I'm infantry heavy, and I have a sniper. So I deploy my sniper in this ruined little building here, and he deploys the sniper in the church. Yeah, I said that backwards. I'm coming in from the right, actually. So there's our snipers. And first dice pulled is American, and he moves his mortar team in to get them ready to start trying to lob mortar shells on things. He didn't take a spotter, so he doesn't have a spotter. Then he gets another dice, and he moves his medium machine gun team in to cover down the road there. And he gets another dice, and it's his command squad, I believe that is. Oh no, it's that full squad. They advanced, and not all of them were able to get over the wall. So I pull a dice, and I move my Volkssturm. These are the inexperienced rifle squad, 9 guys. I move them in, and then I pull another dice, and that's my regular infantry. I have 1 light machine gun in there, and they run up to the side of that building. And then I pull another dice, and I run my my submachine gun veterans up there behind that building as well. My plan is to move the rifles into the building and have the light machine guns continue around. Then I move my medium machine gun in here. Not sure what I'm going to do with him, other than I can shoot at a sniper once he exposes himself out of hidden. Then I move my command squad into the middle there, first lieutenant and 2 extra guys. So I end up pulling another dice, and I just put these guys in ambush. I'm waiting for his sniper to shoot or do something, and then I can start. Then I can try to concentrate back on it. So he starts pulling some dice now. I think I'm out of dice, and moves his infantry squad here on the far closest to us. Here moves in. I am trying to take pictures mostly from the same side of the table, so it's a little more left to and right. So. Then he moves his command squad in there. That's his command squad. Moves him in there. And he fires with his sniper. And he targets the Volkssturm infantry that are running through the plowed field here. And he's able to put a pin, but he doesn't kill the NCO. So, no big deal. Put a pin on. And then I'm pretty sure I did this right, since he's now exposed. I see him now. I didn't see him before. I fire my overwatch or ambush at his sniper and put a pin on him, but don't kill a guy. Because I guess snipers, they don't. They still have to wound 6s, from what I know. So turn 2. I move these guys, run them into that building. So I've got a unit there in the building that can provide quite a bit of fire across in there on the ground floor. I fire my medium machine gun at his sniper, and I'm trying to just get some pins on there, and I am able to do so. Put another pin marker on a sniper. Now he does have his leader, his first lieutenant, in that church downstairs, so he's within 6. So, and he's a veteran sniper, so you know, just hoping to pin him down. He fires his mortar. He fires at the building that my infantry moved into, and he misses. And then he fires his medium machine gun, and the medium machine gun targets, if I remember correctly, my sniper. Kind of a long ways away, but he's not able to do anything with that. And then he runs these guys into this building here, right across the street from my sniper. And those guys there had advanced actually into the church, because I think they were behind it last time, or they just, I don't know what they do. They're just in there. So he's goes to my turn to try to activate my Volkstrom, and I roll a foobar, and then I roll friendly fire, but there's no viable target, so they just go down. And then he uses his next dice to advance these guys across the cemetery, and then I take my next dice and I fire my sniper. I got a lot of targets. I want to take out that mortar, but I decided to take out the closest threat, or at least put a pin marker on it. And I put a pin marker on that unit right across the street from them. And I don't think I kill a guy though. And then my submachine gun veterans, they run along the side of the building, and they're basically going to make a push across the street on their next turn and try to get that sniper and maybe that command team if I assault that building and start taking out those guys. That's my plan. And then my leader, here's where I'm like, well, I could move over there and make sure those Volkstrom move, because I need them in a spot. I don't expect them to do a lot. There's the overview. I don't expect them to do a lot, but if I can get them in the corner of that hedgerow, it'll keep his guys from just coming right across the street, and I'll be able to kind of absorb some of the fire while my 2 good units move across the street and start wailing on stuff. So I decided to move my lieutenant over to try to get them in the command range. I really wanted to keep him with my good units, but I figured I can probably run later and catch up to them. So that's what my plan was. So starting turn 3, even with the +1, I try to activate these guys to move them, and I roll like an 11. And nope, they're going to sit there with that one stupid pin marker on them. My next, his next turn, he fires his mortar, and he hits the building, but then he rolls a top floor. He was a little disappointed. We had to look up the rules, so nothing happened to my unit on the ground floor. And it doesn't blow the building roof off, doesn't do any damage to the building, and so he was highly disappointed that I didn't do something since he rolled a hit, but he didn't actually hit the unit because it blew up on the 2nd floor. Here he sniper shoots at my lieutenant, and he rolls a 1 to kill him, so he's okay. Or he rolled a 1 to hit. I don't even see a pin marker, so he gets the next dice, and he advances these guys out to here, and he starts putting fire into the sniper unit, and he managed to get a pin marker on there. So on my turn, it's like, what am I going to do? And I go ahead and just run up to that wall right there. I've got a crap ton of submachine guns, so the next turn I'll be able to start wailing on some stuff. He advances out of there, and he comes out into kind of exposed position, but I don't have anything, since my Volkstrom are just down. I don't have anything to counter with. And he starts shooting at the sniper, and he's able to kill one, but then we remember that it's a small squad, so he had -1 to hit, and he had to re-roll the 1 actual hit that he got, because he had 2, and he didn't kill the guy. So I took another pin. And then I advance these guys out of the building, since it's being targeted by a mortar, and I go ahead and start shooting at the sniper, and I'm able to put a pin back on there, because he had removed 1 with a successful order, so I put another pin back on there, and I actually think I killed a guy. Yeah, I did kill a guy. And so here I fire my medium machine gun, and I can't remember even what I'm shooting at, honestly. I didn't have a lot of viable targets that didn't have hard cover. He may have fired at the sniper again. And there's a better picture of his command unit. They bail out of the church because they're worried that it's going to get overran. They start running down this wall here past the mortar team. Up here, I try to activate them to run them. I was going to just pull back, and I fail my check, so they go down. And my leader here now, it's like I really want to be up there with my quality troops, but they're kind of committed, so they just kind of hang out. His medium machine gun, I think, is shooting at either the sniper or the Volkstrom. And there's an overview at the end of the turn. So, I at this point am feeling very confident. I got two good units. One is a veteran submachine gun unit. If I pull this dice here, I could have charged that unit because when he had advanced, that's what he had shot at me, but he didn't do any damage. Put one pin marker on me. Or he advances there this turn and he fires and he puts a pin marker on me and he kills a guy. He was rolling really well this whole game actually, and so I'm like, well, that's all right. I knew the range now since he had shot at me. He fires his mortar at my regular infantry and misses. Here he assaults the building, so he's pulling all the dice. He's got like 3 dice in a row now. Charges them. I stand and shoot, or whatever they call it, and I don't kill any, but then they come in, we attack the same time, we both kill 2. And guess what? I fail another goddamn activation check, and these Volkstrom go down. What the hell? So his guy goes again, and he moves his command unit farther away from the danger. And then here's what's ass kicker. So I'm veteran, leadership 10, need a 9. I rolled an 11. I was gonna charge that unit that's standing in the middle of the street. I would have wiped those guys out because after he shot at me, I knew I was within range to get to him, and I would have killed the shit out of them. But I just end up going down. So these guys just advance. They're kind of coming alongside, and they are just firing into the sniper, and they're able to take it out. So the sniper's finally destroyed. And I'm a little bit bummed at the end of this turn with that activation. All of this stuff has kind of fled away from me. Now it's really pivotal going into the next turn. If I can pull the dice and activate that unit, I will assault that middle unit. If not, then who knows? So we both killed each other's snipers, so it's 1-1. And it's end of turn 4 going into turn 5. So he goes first, of course, and he moves that unit in the road a little farther back to the right, and he starts putting some pin markers on, killing some of my submachine guns, fires his mortar team, needing a 6 to hit, and he just misses with, I think he rolled a 5, so I'm glad I moved. And then he's firing at that bigger unit of regulars. So he goes again. I mean, it's like he does these streaks of 4 dice at a time, and medium machine guns, and he goes into overwatch or ambush. Doesn't want me coming across that road into his unit. So I pull a dice and I just advance my regulars, and they move up and start shooting into that unit directly in front of them. And this is what I roll to wound. 4 ups to wound on 6 hits. Should have killed 3. I killed 1. So okay. There's the one guy, takes a pin. And I'm only like getting 1 pin on these guys, and then he'll pass an order and he'll remove it. So it's like, they're kind of just standing in the open. So I do activate my light machine or my submachine gun unit, but they've lost a few guys. They move up to there. His medium machine gun fires into them and put another pin marker on me. So I've got -2 to my hitting. I do shoot at that unit. I maybe kill something. My Volkstrom finally move. They advance and they start firing. So between my submachine gun, the Volkstrom, and even my medium machine gun fired into these guys, even with the hard cover, I'm able to start piling some pins on them. His unit here starts firing back the other way, and they're firing into my exposed regulars. I kind of saw that when I moved them up there. I'm just kind of standing in the open. I don't have enough for cover there. And so I take a pin. I think I maybe lose a guy. So it's like, ouch. And then these guys are just being cowards, and they're running away behind the wall. They're going to try to work down that wall and get to that beleaguered unit, I think. Okay, medium machine guns firing. Yeah, the medium machine gun fired into that unit in the center there. So maybe I skipped the end of the turn, but I don't think so. And then my command unit advances. Yeah, I might have skipped one of the breaks in the turn. My command unit moves up there, trying to get close to my units. Yeah, there's the overview. So that was the end of the turn. So we're going in. This is going to be turn 6 now. So at the beginning of turn 6, I activate my submachine gun unit, and I believe they passed, and I fired. And then his turn, his mortar scores a direct hit and kills 4 of those guys. Actually, I failed my submachine gunners. I was going to move over the wall and closer to fire at that unit and then be closer to the machine gun in case it went to a turn 7. So they failed on like a 9. They needed a 9. So anyway, I'm getting lost. So the other guys I activate and I run them away, try to preserve the dice. Activate my Volkstrom and I just fire. And I fire into this unit here. Alright, so let me recap real quick. Okay, these guys failed to check the submachine gunners. They were going to move over that wall. They failed it. They will go down. He hits with a mortar and kills 4 guys. I take another pin. And I got 3 guys left there now. So I pass my order and I run them away to try to preserve the dice. And then I pull another dice and my Volkstrom just fire. And they fire on his unit in the middle of the road there. And I'm able to, I think, put a pin on. So my firepower got heavily reduced. He fires with his squad, I believe, in that building over to the right, and he's able to kill 2 submachine gunners. And he needs 5s to wound and not a whole lot to hit. So I've got a lot of pin markers on him. I'm able to kill 1 of his with something. His medium machine gun opens fire, and can't remember where. I think he's just trying to work on that submachine gun unit. And there's his command unit. They're trying to get up close enough to that unit to give him the +1, so he can try to rally. And he tries to rally and he fails, so he goes down. And a lot of pin markers, but still a lot of guys still alive. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be the end of 6. So we're gonna have to roll to see if it continues, and it does not. So it's going to end like that. I've got like 2 guys left to that submachine gun unit. I had moved my command unit up there so they could be 6 inches of each one, but it doesn't go to a turn 7. And it ends right there, which actually things turn so quickly. It's probably a good thing. Yeah, so in hindsight, at around turn 3, I thought I had this game won. My submachine guns would be able to wipe out a few things. Thought I was going to be able to wipe out that unit in the middle, and then he just pulled like 4 dice straight and was able to put pins on stuff. I failed, I think, the majority of my leadership checks, even needing like 8s or 9s. I think I failed 5 of 7, and that really hurts. So another draw, second game, 2 draws. We're going to try to play 750 points next time. It should add a little more dynamic, so looking forward to making that. So thanks for watching.